What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this one, we have what I didn't expect about the UK, house names, and living in the UK. Before we dive into this video, if you guys happen to enjoy it, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to support this channel by becoming a member, all you gotta do is smash that join button to receive your exclusive benefits. Also, make sure y'all go check out Girl Gone London's channel. Her channel is full of so many great videos. If you want to watch her original video to this one, I'll put the link in the description section. Let's dive right in.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Girl Gone London channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaylin. I'm a dual American and UK citizen. If you're not new here, welcome back. Glad to have you. Make sure you hit subscribe if you want more UK versus American content. Today, I'm talking about the most unexpected things about the UK that I didn't know before I moved here. Unexpected thing number one is that transportation is really good here. And when I mean transportation, I mean public transportation. So even in very rural areas, it's not uncommon to have a pretty reliable bus system. Yes, it's not necessarily going to be as good in a remote area as having your own car, but I'm used to coming from a place where there's really nothing in terms of public transportation.
Facts.
Florida is a
Facts.
very car heavy destination. We do have some buses, but they're relatively unreliable and most people don't take them. I was really shocked by being able to get a lot of places on buses in the UK. I knew the train system was pretty good and well connected, which it is, but you can definitely take buses and reliable buses so many more places in the UK than you can in many parts of America, even including more rural destinations. So that was definitely an unexpected but positive thing that I learned about the UK when I first moved here.
I feel that, and when it comes to public transportation, 100%. Where I'm from in Texas, didn't have it, or it was unreliable. Where I live now in Georgia, I haven't seen a bus transfer, the public transportation bus. I just haven't. So I think the fact that, in the UK you have these different forms of public transportation for you guys to be able to get around without needing to have a car is legit amazing. And then you guys can literally walk almost everywhere, it seems like, in a lot of videos that I've gotten to see. So that's really cool too. As here, a car is a necessity. It's a necessity, so you gotta have it, and that comes with the car note, that comes with insurance, that comes with so much gas, all of that nonsense. Okay, let's get
the next unexpected thing was a mail slot. So in America, for the vast majority of homes, particularly suburban homes, we have a mailbox that is outside your home, close to the street, and the mailman drives by. Very American. So in the UK, even in suburban areas, it is not common to have any sort of, I don't think I've ever seen an American style mailbox. I'm not saying they don't exist, but for the most part, you have a mail slot, and I feel like this is the wrong term for it, and somebody, like, to me, it's a mail slot.
Letterbox, okay. Letterbox. I feel that.
It's a slot in your door that the mail goes through. So the postman or postwoman or post person will come up to your door, slide the mail through, and it ends up in your home. I mean, there's so much to think about when you first move to the UK. I think how I would get my mail wasn't really at the top of my list. So it's a pretty cool feature of mail here, because you don't have to actually like leave your house to get the mail to go anywhere or to walk to the end of your driveway. If you live, again, in a more suburban area, this doesn't apply to necessarily like apartments or flats. But yeah, in our house, the mail just gets slid through the door, magically appears like inside my home. Don't have to put on any like real clothes to walk outside and get the mail, and that was an unexpected part of life in the UK. Okay, so
I feel like I've personally never seen a letterbox here in the US, but I feel like movies or TV shows, certain ones I have seen a letterbox where mail gets slid through the door. But yeah, I've never seen it personally. That is nice to not have to walk to the mailbox to just, hey, mail gets put through the door, awesome. Not gonna miss an email because sometimes I don't check my mail for like a couple weeks. I don't know. But if it was slid through the door, I'd always just grab it, look at it, and then do what needs to be done with it.
Another unexpected thing was that you have to turn on an outlet. So it has an actual off and on switch in the UK, and you have to make sure that it is on in order to charge things. So I did not expect this because I had never plugged anything in the UK before moving here, and genuinely, I am now a British citizen. I'm now a full British citizen. Yesterday, after being here for 10 plus years, I forgot to turn on the actual switch to the outlet and thought I was charging something. Turns out I wasn't. It still happens to me to this day because in the States our outlets are just always on. So you plug something in, it's charging. You take the plug out, it's no longer charging, but there's no actual switch that you need to turn on for that electric current to flow through. So turning on your electrical outlets before you use them was definitely an unexpected thing that I had to learn when living in the UK and still apparently have to learn. The next unexpected...
And I feel that for sure. I always say when I see those electric outlets, because I see them in so many videos, that I think they're awesome in terms of the electricity not constantly flowing, even though I'm not sure how much of a charge in the U.S. it actually runs up, even the difference of turning it off and in the U.S. where I guess it's always constantly on through the outlets. I'm not sure if it's a big difference. But that situation would be the only pullback, especially, I guess, coming from America. If I was born and raised in the UK, I'd be good, but coming from America, I know that I would constantly forget to turn that switch on, and I would constantly be frustrated. So that would be my only drawback.
Part about life in the UK was something called a washing up bowl, or what I used to call it a washing up bucket.
I've seen this
because
in
it looks
UK
more like
shows.
a bucket to me than a bowl. But essentially, it is something that many UK households will use, and I've had the occasional American tell me their family did this, but it is much less common in the US.
Yeah.
And so what it is it's a bowl that you put in your sink, and you essentially use this now as your sink for washing things up. So you would put the water and the soap and the dishes in this bowl within your sink to do your dishes. Again, this was very foreign to me when I first moved here. I don't like a washing up bowl. I've started this discussion and this battle between those of us who do and don't before. I hate them. I know there are reasons that you have for them. I have never used one, but I didn't even know what it was when I first moved here. I was like, why do you have a sink within a sink? Why is there a bowl to wash up your bowls in your sink? So it was an unexpected part of life here, and something that I decided not to use, but really had never thought about or heard of before that. The next unexpected thing...
I would love somebody could drop it in the comment section, like the reasoning for it. I've seen it in, like I said, UK TV shows, and I just in the US, like, we just stop the sink. Like, we just put a plug in the sink to where you can fill up one side of the sink. Because usually, I guess, the way I was always lived, you always had, like, two separate parts of sink. Now, in my apartment, there's, like, one big sink. But, usually just put the dishes on one side of the sink. You fill that up with soap and water, and you wash it inside of the sink. So I would never have really needed a washing up bowl, but I don't know if sinks are the same in the UK, so could be different. So talk to me in the comment section if y'all can explain the reasoning to me.
About life in the UK is how fast Amazon delivery is here. I'm not talking about your standard delivery companies that often just like deliver a box to your garbage can and then it gets taken out. I'm talking specifically if you order something on Amazon, it gets to your house so much faster than in the US. I'm used to ordering things in the US on Amazon and waiting just like days on end.
A couple of days.
I don't know if it's because the UK is smaller, so it's easier to get around, so stuff comes faster. But Amazon UK, when I first moved here, I was like ordering something and it would get there the next day. blew my mind without even having Prime. Still to this day, I find
Without
that Amazon
having Prime?
UK delivery is relatively fast and quicker than I've experienced in the US. The next unexpected thing...
Yeah, I would say with Prime, like, I expected in, like, 2 days. 2-day delivery. Because I am on Amazon Prime, but delivered the next day. I don't know if I've ever gotten anything delivered, like, next day delivery, you feel me? And she said she got next day delivery without Amazon Prime. Just... Okay. I see you.
About life in the UK when I first moved here was the different vacation destinations that people would go to. Now, this makes sense in hindsight, but because of the location of the UK and just because of certain things like holiday time and things like that, there are some countries like Thailand and Australia that it's much more common to come across someone in the UK who has been to those places. Other ones would be like the Canary Islands are huge in terms of UK visitors, particularly when they want the sun. In the US, coming across somebody who has been to Thailand or knows somebody who's been to Thailand is very, very uncommon. We, as a culture and as a country in a certain location, have our own vacation destinations and own favorite international places to go to. And I know that this also varies country by country. Every country has this, but it's just something that I didn't think about when moving to the UK. And so I've kind of learned over time the places that Brits tend to go to on vacation, and they don't often line up with places that my American friends and family, even when traveling internationally, would have gone to. One of the reasons is a lot of times Americans travel internationally, they come to the UK. Many of you watching this will be in that position. So being in a country where now I get to talk to people about their vacations, again, in Tenerife, in Thailand, in Australia, in New Zealand,
so cool.
or maybe their US vacation as opposed to my US friends and family who would dream of taking trips to places like France and places like the UK, but many wouldn't have gone to places like the Canary Islands, Thailand, etc. And the last unexpected thing...
It's just affordability. We can't really... In the UK, like, y'all are part of Europe, and you get to go to so many different countries and experience so many different cultures, and it doesn't take long, and it's affordable, and we just don't have those options here. In the U.S., like, I would love to travel, I would say the world, like, but affordability issues are telling me, and can't do that, but that'd be a dream.
Thing that I had to learn about life in the UK was the idea that often houses have names and not numbers. So this is going to be much, much more common if you're in a more rural area. It doesn't necessarily apply like my neighborhood and my estate, we have numbers. We don't have house names. But so sometimes like the actual address that you write on the envelope, I can't even think of an example name, but it would be something like, I don't know, like Blue Cottage. Just, that's an example. And that's the actual name. It's like Blue Cottage, blah, blah, blah city, United Kingdom. I don't know if they have actual numbers associated with them for any sort of reason.
Really?
I don't know how the post people, I guess, like, who are new to the route would have to, I guess, just read every name.
Yeah.
But if you see a lot of homes in the UK, in areas like the Cotswolds, again, or more kind of rural country-ish areas, or fancier, nicer houses, you're usually going to see, instead of a number near the front door, you're going to see the actual like name of the house. This is not something I had ever come across or I'd ever heard about in Florida. Even very fancy houses, they wouldn't be named. They would still have numbers, a numbered address. So this was something definitely that I had to get used to and is a really fascinating part of life in the UK. Okay, so that brings us to the end of today's video. Again, if you are moving to the UK, I have some resources for you linked below. Check those out. As with moving to any country, there's always going to be these little things that you won't expect, and I hope by watching my channel you will expect a lot more than I did back in 2012, and maybe have done some more research on those smaller, very UK specific things. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.
Definitely enjoy. Yeah, the house names are very different. I need explanations on that too if y'all want to hit me in the comment section. So instead of the numbers being displayed at the house, that's, yeah, okay. I still can't wrap my head around that, but that was a cool video, getting to learn some certain things about the UK that I hadn't known, and then certain things that I did know from watching other videos. But this is very interesting. That's all we have. If you guys enjoyed, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, check out that next video, and I'll see y'all next time.